watch when you're feeling kind of low because Saul's feeling kind of low. Jimmy McGill. Um, it's probably the only spinoff that's better. Maybe Cheers. No, wait, Frasier. I don't know. That's probably not even better. There's probably not one. But this show is so good. It has rewatchability. I saw Bobcat the other day. I'm gonna have to do a spirit animal on that one. Spirit animal clip. It's so good. Connects to the Breaking Bad universe, which is incredible. Some of the same actors. It goes in depth into some background of some of the characters, like Mike, Gus, obviously Saul. Some of the Salamancas. You know, it just adds more to the lore. It's right here it calls it a legal crime drama. So the legal part, I'm not really into lawyer stuff, like any of those lawyer shows. When I had to do jury duty, they asked people, "Is anybody like lawyer stuff?" And a lot of people were like NCIS or I don't know, some other crazy stuff. No offense if you like that, but it's got the same type of audience. And I was gonna say Better Call Saul, but they probably didn't know what the fudge I was talking about. So also I wanted to get the fuck out of there. And it seemed like those were the people that wanted to be there. They asked some pretty weird leading questions to try to pick their jury duty. I mean, to pick their jury. And I got out of it, but it was cool to be around and to see the lawyers in their fancy, expensive clothes, and to see the young lawyers trying to, about to come up and shit. And it's like, come on, man. You guys want to talk to a teacher assistant, work with pre-K. Also make music and a podcast. No big deal. And art, And I'm not too ugly. Anyway, Better Call Saul, an American legal crime drama television series created by Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould for AMC. It's so good. I rewatched it a few times. Now I'm watching it. There's this dude. I don't know his YouTube name, but he puts up all the not all of them, but a lot of the commentary. So you can set it up while you're watching it, and you put on like a little speaker, and you got the commentary while it's playing, and it's fucking dope. Now I don't have YouTube Premium, so commercials come up, so I'll pause it. Try to keep it on the same level. Try to keep it on the same minute or whatever. Part of the Breaking Bad franchise. It's a spin-off from Gilligan's previous series, Breaking Bad, which came out 2008-2013. What's funny is I seen Breaking Bad, the series, one time with my sister and her boyfriend. And I liked it. It was dope. Never saw it again. Years passed. Like maybe 3-4 years. And my son is with me this past summer. And he puts it on. And it intrigues me. Like in the third episode, I start watching too. And I was like, yo, this shit is tight. Because I had just watched, because of him, I watched The Boys. I mean, I had been hearing about it, but he's kind of the one that kind of tipped me over to watch it. Because he was like, oh yeah, that's good. The Boys, Invincible. So I watched The Boys, and with him, incredible. I had to rewatch that a few times. Have I talked about The Boys on here? I have no idea. I probably gotta do one on The Boys. And then Invincible was dope as fuck. I gotta do one on Invincible. So after that, I had this appetite for that kind of drama, action, and Breaking Bad was it. So I rewatched Breaking Bad. Well, I finished it because we started it and I finished it. I think then I started Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul was better than Breaking Bad. Oh no, I don't know. That's an opinion. I think it just because the writers got better, that everybody got better with what they were doing. So the more you do it, the better you get. Obvious. It's also a little different though. Um, but there's plenty of interviews and commentary, and I've seen a lot of it, and I love it. So me talking about it, it's not going to be anything new, in my opinion. It's just what I think. It's that, well, maybe it's new because I do have different opinion probably than somebody else might. So it's a prequel primarily, though some portions take place during and after events of Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul premiered on AMC on February 8th, 2015, the day before my birthday, and ended on August 15th, 2022, with a total of 63 episodes per 6 seasons, over 6 seasons. Set primarily in the early to mid 2000s in Albuquerque, New Mexico, several years before Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul examines the moral declines of Jimmy McGill. In Ernest, which is Bob Odenkirk, which I learned about a lot because of this show. Like, there's an episode of Arrested Development where he's on, and he had this show called Mr. Show with the guy with Tobias from Arrested Development. And he wrote for certain, like this dude's been in the business, and I had no idea. But now he's on the front lines. He was behind the scenes. Now he's on the front of the scenes. Sometimes that just shows you sometimes that you gotta hustle and grind for minutes. And he said himself like he didn't really get to enjoy the time on Saturday Night Live because it was you're just constantly grinding. You don't get to enjoy it. Examines the moral declines of Jimmy McGill, an earnest lawyer and former con artist who becomes the egocentric criminal defense attorney Saul Goodman. And Mike Ehrmantraut. I was just thinking, I was watching Joe Rogan and Ralph Barbosa right now earlier, and Ralph Barbosa said something about his ego, but he has an accent. And Joe Rogan was thinking he said eagle. And so they're talking about two different things. And he's like, yeah, I'm on Feathers. I'm on Feathers, a show. And he's talking about eagle. And either way, it's funny. It was a funny interaction. Mike Ehrmantraut, which is Jonathan Banks, comes from Breaking Bad. Former corrupt police officer, becomes a fixer and enforcer for drug traffickers. Kim Wexler is one of the best characters to come out of Better Call Saul, which is played by Rhea Seehorn. His brother's cool, Chuck McGill, which apparently he was a comedic actor, Michael McKean. Howard Hamlin's cool, which is played by Patrick Fabian. Nacho Varga was probably maybe the best character. He's like the Aaron Paul. He's the Jesse of the series in many ways. And he's Michael Mando. What's funny is I didn't know until afterwards that they didn't really know. You can tell kind of if you speak Spanish. Once you know, in my opinion, I mean, because I'm not maybe other people can tell. I couldn't tell until I knew that Nacho, Gus Fring, Giancarlo, they don't really speak Spanish, so they had to learn phonetically their lines, right? And they did pretty fucking good at it. Also, the guy from Scarface and Breaking Bad, he's in Better Call Saul as well, right? I feel like he is. he's gotta be. Yeah, because they talk about everything. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? It's late. Um, yeah, there was a late. They at first, he talks about it a lot. I'm not gonna talk about what they were thinking it was gonna do. So first season is very slow. I know myself and a lot of people, we couldn't get into it in the first season. And even if you get to the second season is kind of slow. Hard to get into it. Hard to stay there. I promise you, it's worth it. The third season. Once you get through that third season, it's just up. It's just cruising from there. 4, 5, 6, cruising. But you need that tough climbing that mountain or whatever, getting in that line for that Six Flags ride. Yeah, season 4, 5, and 6, man, go hard. Conception, development, writing. They talk about that a lot on the internet. It's interesting. Season 2 premiered on February 15th. Also in February. And season 3 was March, so that's when they would do their. That's toy. And they would do the commentary on the DVDs, so they would record it after that season. So a lot of times in the commentary, they don't know what's going to happen next in the next season. 2020. So 2019, they didn't have a series or a season. Because for 15, 16, 17, 18, then 19, obviously, because of COVID. In 22, they did one. Took them a while, though, so they didn't do one for 2021, but they did one for 22. And that's when they finished last year. And I didn't get into it until this year. It just finished. It's funny. There's action. There's love. There's no. What I really like about it is there's not like obscenely sexual scenes. There's some romantic scenes, but there's no like aggressive like, let me smash this my wife with avocado on her face. Like there's no Breaking Bad shit like that. That shit gets kind of interesting. That's wild. So in that sense, it's pretty clean, but it does get pretty dark. It's pretty cool though. Man, I just watched Loki season 2, and that shit got pretty dark. I didn't know what to talk about this time, but I'm doing Saul. I got so many to talk about. Comparisons, accolades, franchises. Whoa, they got comic books. It makes sense. They always make comic books of shows, especially for AMC. Cause they did for AMC, like it's hard for them to miss. Cause they had Hell on Wheels, Turn, Washington Spies, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and I didn't watch Walking Dead, but apparently that was incredible. I also didn't watch Mad Men. Some would say I'm a madman for that, but whatever, mate. Just not my cup of tea, mate. But maybe one day I'll like it. Maybe I just haven't, tried that tea. Man, the Salamancas were such a problem. Man. Highest rated scripted series premiere in basic cable history, until it was surpassed later the same year by another AMC series, Fear the Walking Dead, which is another spin-off. But the zombies are for zombies. If you're into zombies, you're probably a zombie. No offense. Just kidding. Um, yeah, man, it's deep. It's like a play. It's like the way it plays. It's so amazing. I think a lot of them were in plays. Um, a lot of the acting they talk about is like in the non-act, like in the non-speaking roles, because you can look at anybody in the scene and they're acting. The scenery is beautiful, just like Breaking Bad, but they get even better at it. Pretty cool. Um, they tie up some knots, and then at the end, it's like it becomes a sequel to Breaking Bad. So that's like icing on the cake. That's what makes it better than Breaking Bad because it finishes up Breaking Bad. It does what Breaking Bad didn't even get to do. It really completes Breaking Bad because then you have El Camino. El Camino is great, and then El Camino leads to to Better Call Saul. So just an incredible series. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming. See y'all next time at the movies. Let's all go to the movies. Hopefully they don't sue me. Let's all go to the movies.